Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. All right, so Biden did it. He bombed Syria. Now, before you start reacting, I want you to ask yourself a question. How did you feel when Trump bombed Syria? Were you offended? Were you upset? Did you find it unacceptable? Well, if you're not having that reaction right now, you need to ask yourself why. What? Because they're not, it's better because they're not Trump's bombs? I want you to think about a number of things here. I pointed out a number of times here that the U.S. presence in Syria has been illegal since day one. Under international law, the U.S. presence in Syria has always been and remains illegal. Now, how would you feel if a foreign country came in to the United States and started setting up multiple military bases, killing our soldiers because they're our soldiers, tried to overthrow our government, stealing our resources, basically destroyed our capability to produce weapons to defend ourselves. So our military or government would bought weapons from Mexico, Canada. So the occupying country says our government is invalid. And the countries that are selling us weapons are terrorists. How would you feel about that? Do you think that our military should just stand down and let the occupying country dictate to us? Because that's what you're saying about Syria right now. So Syria used weapons which they could not produce because we've destroyed their factories. They bought weapons from Iran, who has been their ally for untold centuries, at least they're trading partners and so forth, to defend against an occupying, invading force, us. All right, and so the U.S. uses U.S. bombs to bomb the forces of a sovereign nation and calls it defense. And calls the country that sold them the weapons, saying that they're, spreading terrorism. Who is defending themselves? And who is the terrorist here? I don't give a shit whose name is on those bombs, whether it's Trump or Biden or whoever. I don't give a shit. And you shouldn't either. Now I want you to compare the response here to another country. All right? So, hold on a moment. That didn't work. Okay, now I got it. All right, so here is the read out Biden's call to King Salman of Saudi Arabia. All right, so he spoke with him and spoke about the U.S. commitment to help Saudi Arabia defend its territory as it faces attacks from Iranian-aligned groups. Let me reiterate. Yemen has had their ability to produce weapons destroyed. So they get weapons from Iran. Iran that has also provided troops and so forth to actually help defend Yemen against Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has been invading Yemen and causing the worst humanitarian crisis in recent history. And yet, Biden says what? He says that he is, talks about the U.S. commitment to help Saudi Arabia defend its territory and affirmed the importance the United States places on universal human rights and the rule of law. If we are committed to the rule of law, then why are we in Syria? Because our presence is illegal in Syria. The president told King Salman he would work to make the bilateral relationship as strong and transparent as possible. The two leaders affirmed the historic nature of the relationship and agreed to work together on mutual issues of concern and interest. Compare these responses. How does anyone, how do you juggle this in your head? How do you resolve any of this? How do you think one is right and the other is wrong? How do you think that Saudi Arabia conducting genocide and the United States president, offering his fealty to the king of Saudi Arabia, who is murdering quickly and slowly the Yemen people. How do you think it's okay to bomb sovereign nations and call it defense? How? I really don't get it. If you can actually offer a defense to this, put it in the comments. All right. Share this video. Talk about these subjects. Call people out on this shit. All right? If you can, please donate $1 a month to help expand the channel, and I will catch you in the next one.